Are you afraid of public speaking or giving presentations? Do you get nervous and struggle to maintain your composure when you're asked to present? I'm going to share with you my story when I literally froze on stage in front of 1,500 people and had to be escorted from the stage in total and complete failure. Then, I'm going to tell you how I recovered to become one of the most sought after, dynamic, and engaging speakers and presenters and facilitators in my entire global consulting firm. And I still am today. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video on accelerating your consulting career. What I'm about to share with you is a true story. And these are the same techniques that I've used my entire 35-year consulting career. And trust me, when I put these into action, I saw my consulting career shoot off like a rocket. And the same thing is going to happen to you. Let's get into it. My story goes back about 25 years ago when I was leading a learning services practice at Coopers & Lybrand Consulting. That's the small c in what is today called PwC or PricewaterhouseCoopers. I'd been running a practice for about 7 years. During that time, I was a frequent guest speaker at local office, quarterly all-hands events all across the United States. I had a reputation as a dynamic, provocative, and highly engaging speaker. I enjoyed public speaking to any size audience, and I never turned down an opportunity to present. Well, late one fiscal year, my consulting practice was planning the launch of a new learning management and team collaboration platform that we had built for all of our North American consulting teams. And I was asked by our consulting CEO to present at our upcoming national sales meeting in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and brief 1,500 of our top consulting partners, practice leaders, and sales executives on the upcoming launch and how the new platform would be used to revolutionize team collaboration in consulting business across North America. I had 2 months to prepare, and boy, prepare I did. Some would say I probably over-prepared. Now keep in mind, I knew every one of these 1,500 leaders. I had presented to them in various forums and interacted with each of them individually over the past few years. They were a known audience of colleagues and friends. To make a long story short, I walked out on stage, I looked out over the group of 1,500 colleagues and friends, and I started my presentation. Within 15 minutes, my mouth went dry, I began to sweat, I felt sweat beads running down the back of my neck and my forehead. I started to get tunnel vision. I couldn't move. I literally stopped talking and I froze in place. Unable to move, unable to speak. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, but more likely only a couple of minutes, while the audience became visibly nervous as well as began talking to each other and pointing at me. Finally, our consulting CEO, which was a friend of mine, walked up on stage, wrapped his arm around my shoulders, and walked me off the stage behind the screen. Once I regained my composure, I was literally devastated. I thought my consulting career was over, or at least, very least, my public speaking career was over. But this is not the end of the story. It's only the beginning. If this is speaking to you, hit that like button right now and comment below public speaking freeze to let me know that this story is hitting home with you. So, how did I recover? Well, a couple of months later, I was in Oslo, Norway, working with 2 Norwegian partners. One evening, one of them pulled me aside and said, "Michael, I heard about the big freeze," as it had come to be called and was shared across the globe. He said he understood that I'd been struggling to regain my confidence and get back up on stage. He said he'd help me if I was willing to do the hard work. So I agreed. He began by explaining what he had learned from the Norwegian downhill ski team's psychology coach on the human brain and visualization techniques. And for the next couple of hours into the night, he explained to me the concept of visualization and how the human mind cannot differentiate between reality and conscious thought. He explained that when you perform a task over and over and over again in the physical world or in your mind, in your brain imprints that repetition and forms a lasting memory and an unconscious behavior pattern. And this works both with positive and negative experiences and performances. Well, since my big freeze, I'd been playing that major failure over and over and over again in my mind, reinforcing that negative experience and performance, teaching my mind that that's what my performance would look like forevermore, every time I stepped out on stage, feeding my fear of repeating the failure. Well, my friend explained that I could use visualization techniques to literally reprogram my mind with a positive presentation experience and performance, and thereby regain my confidence and get back up on stage. Man, I was excited. He had me close my eyes and start to replay my presentation back again. But this time, he said, see yourself speaking with confidence and passion, hitting all your talking points, seeing the audience lean in and eagerly listen to every word, smiling back at me. The room is filled with electricity and excitement. And at the end, the audience gives me a standing ovation. I literally played this version of the presentation over and over and over again in my mind every morning and every night for the next few weeks. Soon my confidence had returned, and once again I was eager to get back on stage and present. Now I go into more detail on this story and how to use visualization to build confidence and create positive experiences and performances in my foundation program titled Leader of My Life and of My Business. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Trust me when I say this, visualization techniques work. I'm living proof. If you're struggling with your IT and business consulting career, I would love to help you. Hit the link in the description below and download my Consulting Career Accelerator app, and let's get started accelerating your consulting career today. Be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check out this next video titled Consulting Bench, 7 Get Off the Bench Tips. You can find the link in the description below. I'll see you in the next video.